Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Mudflap's Movie Reviews. My name is Mudflap, and today I will be discussing the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Let's get started. The first episode of the Book of Boba Fett was directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it stars Temuera Morrison, Ming-Na Wen, Jennifer Beals, Matt Berry, and David Pasquesi. At the start of the episode, we see Boba Fett in a healing tank where he's having all sorts of flashbacks, starting from when he was a kid, right when he lost his father, Jango Fett, in the Battle of the Clones, and then fast forward to Return of the Jedi, where he falls into the Sarlacc pit, and then how he escaped the Sarlacc pit and began his journey back to Jabba's palace. I was super happy with the way it just kicked off. It started off super strong, hit us with a bunch of nostalgia right off the bat, and I was really hoping that they would throw in when he was a kid and how the loss of his father really affected him and made him want to pursue being a bounty hunter. I was not disappointed by that. I really like how they started to set up the characters in this. Ming-Na Wen's character, Fennec, I'm excited to see what they do with her. We don't really know much about her other than she's Boba Fett's sidekick. We got introduced to both of them at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2, that's when everybody started really getting excited about seeing Boba Fett again because he showed up to help out The Mandalorian. Ever since then, people have just been clamoring to see more of Boba Fett. So that's why I think this show is going to be super successful. He's a really interesting character. Temuera Morrison is a great actor, and just the way they set up everything, how he's going to rule Mos Espa different than Jabba did, I think is really interesting. And then we also got to see a couple key characters, I'd say. The mayor's Major Domo is one of them, and then we had a bunch of those assassins show up. They'll probably build up into something, but I want to know who the mayor is and if he's any character that we should look out for and expect anything from. And then Boba Fett's adventure and journey, continuing to just make Mos Espa what it once was under Jabba's rule, but just in a little different way. But I like how Boba Fett is very non-traditional with how he's treated. He's supposed to be carried around on this special chair and walked around the city, and he chooses not to do that. And a lot of people expect that of him now that he's the crime lord of the area, but he chooses to go a different route, and I think that's what's going to give people more respect for him, hopefully, is the way he chooses to use his power. I just really like the whole nostalgia of the whole episode. We got to see a lot of familiar species of the planet Tatooine. That's always been a special planet to me. One of my favorite planets, in fact. It was great seeing the Tusken Raiders in a little more light, seeing how they work, how they communicate with one another, and just their lifestyle and how Boba Fett has to work with them and figure out how to escape from them and get back to Jabba's palace where he needs to start getting to work. That was really cool to see the Tusken Raiders show up again, and then we got to see Jawas as well. So this episode was pretty solid all around. There's some interesting lighting going on with the Tusken Raider scene, super dark at some points. It made it a little hard to see what was going on. I think that was just the director's choice of choosing to have a really dark light there and then had some light, but most of the scene at night was super dark, but I think that added a really cool mood to the whole thing. For this episode, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. It was a solid start to the show, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And let me know in the comments below, what do you expect to get out of this show? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and remember to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.